right, welcome everybody. It's episode 4 Nomadic Stories. Nomad M, Nomad J, Nomad Slim, and Maya in the building. What's up, everybody?
Welcome everybody. Today we got the one and only Maya. She's a super talented photographer. She's our homie back from Tanzania. We've known her since way back. She's currently in Norway, but she got her roots elsewhere. She got half Norwegian roots, half Kenyan roots. She a proper nomad. She been all over the place, really. She been all over the world. But yeah, welcome Maya. How you doing?
What's up, guys? My name is Maya, as most of you guys know, Nomad Maya, and I'm currently in Norway, studying university, all of that. And when it comes to nomadic, I kind of take photos, and that's kind of what I do in nomadic.
I should know this, but what do you study actually?
It's like combination. It's like development studies with political science.
Okay.
So I can take a political science master if I want, because I incorporated it into the bachelor. But it's basically political science in a way. That's like the major.
Okay. Before this, didn't you do like? It sounded really cool, like a program where you were doing like sports and studying.
I mean, it was just like a gap year kind of, and it was just sports. It was like basically just football kind of thing. But it was dope. It was good. It was really nice.
You still playing football actually? I know Zola's out there, bro. What are you doing, man? You still playing?
I'm taking a little break right now.
How little is this break?
Dude, I had to retire, dude. but I still in my heart, But it's yeah.
Okay.
But you guys still play sports though, because you played basketball, didn't you, Marty?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still balling as much as I can, but I had a knee injury.
Or for fun.
I mean, yeah, but then I was in like a team and we had games once a week. But I'm basically been retired from that after my injury. So I just go there, I just go and support them. But I'm still in the gym every day and I try to go put up shots whenever I can.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, we obviously met Maya in Tanzania as well.
Oh,
she moved right after us. But how did you get to Tanzania, Maya? Tell us a bit about your roots, man.
Yeah, well, that's a long story. But
I want to hear from birth, from when Maya popped out. What happened?
Okay, let me break it down real quick. So basically, my parents, my dad, who works in NGOs, he's been working in UNICEF and Plan International, which is all humanitarian agencies.
Where's he from?
My dad's Norwegian, so he's Norwegian, and because of my dad's work, we basically have been moving since I was 8 months old. So I was born in Oslo, and then after 6-8 months, we moved to Nepal, and then we were there for I think it was 5 years or something.
Jeez.
In Kathmandu, which was hella nice, although I don't really remember it a lot.
Damn, I didn't even know that about you, to be honest.
I'll be honest. I even now in Nepal. Really, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
It's so nice there. I've seen a lot of photos, but it's I don't know. It's just really nice. But we were there, and then we moved back to Norway for 2 years, and it was weird. You just keep switching between cultures, it's so different. And then after 2 years, we moved to Pakistan, and then we went to Bangkok, stayed there for 5 years, and then TZ.
That's a lot. Now that I think about it, I think you might be the most traveled of us, man.
In terms of lived, right? Yeah, we got Norway, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangkok, Tanzania. That's five for sure.
Shit.
We got 3.
Yeah, because where did you guys actually start off?
You know where I started off, Maya. Come on now.
Right here in the Netherlands, in a little town called Gouda.
Yeah, okay.
Where they make cheese.
Little town, big cheese. Little town, big cheese.
Little town, big cheese.
Yo, they got the best cheese, isn't it?
I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's good. Nah, but Yeah, I'd say it's definitely you, the most traveled for sure, for sure. What was your favorite place?
That's the thing though, because like every time you move, like in the beginning you hate the place. Like I'm not gonna lie, like every time I've moved, I didn't like the place in the beginning because I get very attached, you know. But then after a minute, like you start to get to know people, and then you fall in love, and then with the place, not the people, or you know, that
Yeah,
depends.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but now obviously my favorite place is Dar at the moment. Like
Yeah.
it's still home. Like TZ's always gonna be home in a way. Even I don't know. Like TZ's always had like a connection. Even like with my family, you know, like that's where my parents met as well. Like it's just TZ's
Oh, what?
place.
Oh, so damn, y'all nomadic story goes way too far back, man.
Dude, you know my parents met in Moshi, bro. My mom went to Moshi. Like that's where they met.
So where's your mom from?
My mom, she's Kenyan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So okay, let me just she's Kenyan, half Indian. Because her biological father is Indian, but like we don't speak to him because we hate that guy. And then grandma like remarried with my grandpa who's Dutch, and like my mom grew up in the Netherlands. Like when she was 3 years old, she like moved to the Netherlands and like she went to uni there. Like she speaks Dutch. She's Dutch. She has a Dutch passport, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, so my mom was like yeah. I mean, I feel like we've always had like this whole like grown up everywhere kind of vibe, you know.
Mm-mm. But so how did she get to Moshi? And how did that happen?
That's because of like my grandpa's work, which was like I can't remember. It must have been like some humanitarian things as well. It's like
Mm.
so she went to boarding school, right? Because Machi's like boarding school, so like they lived in Kenya when my mom was easy with like her siblings at Machi. So yeah.
That's wild, man. What is there like one spot that is there like one spot that you moved that you had like the biggest culture shock, or where it was like it took you the longest to kind of adapt to living there?
I don't actually think so, cause like you know when you're young, man, you adapt pretty quick at that age. Like
Yeah.
even though it's different, like I think the beginning is different, but then you just get used to it in a way. I don't know. I don't know how was it for you guys? Like I feel like it just went pretty quick.
For me, the biggest, like, I think you're totally right. Like, when you start traveling or like moving to different spots when you're just really young, like
Yeah.
your parents might have some type of culture shock, but everything is like like you said, you adapt like so quickly when you're a little kid because even just like other stuff, like is everything is new to you. So many things are new to you all the time, anyways. Like
Yeah.
even in the place that you're born, like everything about life, like
You're
every
so
other
young,
thing,
you know.
you're
Literally everything is
everything
new.
new, anyways.
Yeah. But
So
I
you're
think
like, super used to it.
culture shock, it must have been like after I moved from TZ. Like that was the biggest, like moving to
Coming
Norway.
coming back to Norway, right?
For uni,
Yeah.
that was like it was weird, man. Like
Yeah.
it took
Yeah.
time, you know. Like
Yeah.
still, it's like I'm not like 100, you know what I mean? Like
Yo, I honestly feel you like and I didn't realize how big of a culture shock it would be, right? Because I still living abroad, I still kept going to Holland every summer, seeing
yeah,
my friends, being in Holland. So I was like, I'm just moving back now. It's not gonna be that different.
yeah.
Man, that first year, first 2 years, 3 years, bro. Soon
It
as
was
soon as
like
as soon as the month of October hit, till like March, I was a different man. The
Yeah.
cold really had me messed up.
What would you say was like, so that's crazy, right? So you were born in Norway, born in Oslo, moved to, or a total of 5 countries that you lived in for at least several years.
yeah.
And age of 18, boom, you go back to Norway without your parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like on your own kind of thing. So like and that's where you said you had the biggest culture shock. So what would you say was like your biggest challenge, like when you arrived back in the beginning?
I think it was just like I felt like people didn't understand me, you know? Like they just didn't understand my background. They're like, why would you move? Why would you leave? Like,
Mm,
why did they just didn't understand? And I feel like that just made me like not able to connect with people. Cause like they didn't understand me and me not feeling understood is like it makes me feel like they just don't know who I am really. Like they just
right.
have this image and it's like So it's just like those emotional connections were so hard to form, you know, like with people that just have completely different mindsets. Like it's crazy.
And those people were all Norwegian, right? Like, 'cause this
Yeah,
was before you were at uni.
yeah, because the first year was like in this like they called it folkehøyskole.
Wait, hold up.
Folk house school is what I understood.
Say that again slowly, please.
Folkehøyskole.
Folkehøyskole.
Not
No, I killed
bad.
that. I killed that.
That's not bad. You have the like no.
Folkehøyskole. Anyways.
Yeah, get it. But yeah, so I think that was the main challenge, you know. And then yeah, it was definitely just that.
But did you eventually find people that you could connect with better?
Like yeah, there's definitely some people that are way more open-minded than others, you know. And then you find those people.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like even like at uni, because the next year I was like, then as well, it was like a Norwegian class, like everything's Norwegian, right? So
Right.
raised in Norway, which was kind of a bummer, but I don't know. Like I'm still finding my way, you know.
Yeah. For me, I think it would also been really difficult if I had to then go do uni in Dutch. Like, given that my whole education I've been doing in English, so that's difficult. I mean, good on you though. Good on you.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's making me get a stronger connection to Norway, which is nice because it's nice to have this one place at least where you feel like connected, like proper like language and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you, man.
Would you say that, so you were talking really about this kind of connection with people. Would you say that you've been able to, because obviously, in the type of environment that you went to school, in Tanzania, so for those of us who don't know, we all went to the same school,
Yeah.
international school, so there's people from all over the place going in and out all the time, so you really understand each other in that sense already, and you already have that in common with people. So would you say that you've been able to like create connections or have connections with people that don't have, that don't really have that kind of background like you do, and kind of overcome this challenge that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's like it's just about like talking. Like the more you talk and kind of explain it further, like people begin to understand it and like conceptualize it in a way. But it takes time. It's just about like it's like any friendship, really. You just like it's just harder, you know. It's like you put more into it in a way and just like properly explain and just like talk and like be open to people not understanding, but then like trying to explain it in a way. But I've definitely found people that are like chilled, and also like even though people are born and raised in Norway, they're hella like multicultural people in Norway. You know, it's like Norwegian, but maybe their ethnicity is something else. So it's like through that I can also relate. So like a lot of my friends as well are like like mixed or whatever. So that as well is like a connection right there because they kind of understand that whole like not feeling at home, but like or like kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's about just finding your people at the end of the day, you know, and like it takes time, but you'll get there in the end, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's what I think school really comes in clutch in that kind of situation, because I stopped studying like for a year.
Right.
I just noticed, when you live like in Holland, right? When it's really hard to find those kind of people when you're not in school anymore.
I can imagine. What were you doing then? Were you just like working or like just chilling?
Bro, oh my God, man. I can tell you a little bit about it, but like I just came back and I did an internship for a couple months in Zambia. I was living there with my parents. And then I came back here and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, I need money. I'm about to be broke, you know. I'm not gonna study for the rest of this year. So I was like delivering food for a bit on like Deliveroo and stuff.
Yo, yeah, that's true.
Then I got like this like office job, and you don't even want to know, dude. This just pull up there every single morning and fill out forms all day for 8 hours.
Like forms or like
would sit there. I have a computer with like all the like individual people's case files, and I'll sit there and I'll have to fill out the form for like each person the same form over and over again for 8 hours, dude.
Mhm.
I was just like, I was making money, you know, like pretty good money for like,
Dude, you gotta do what you gotta do, like to get money.
hmm,
Honestly.
it was terrible, man. I was living for the weekend. And then I had one crazy job where it was like I had to just I would go with my boss and my other colleague. We just pull up in a van to people's house who are deceased. And then I had one crazy job. I would go with my boss and my other
And then
colleague.
I had one
We
crazy
just
job.
pull up in a van to people's house who are deceased. Who are deceased. You know, they don't have family and stuff. Yo,
What?
yes, right? The people are deceased, right? So there's like, obviously there's not a person in the house. We just go in there and we just take all their stuff. We
What?
just stuff.
I thought you were going to the. Oh,
Yeah. So like,
family of
they-
the
they-
deceased.
yeah, like they don't want to do it, or the person doesn't have a family. So we're just like a moving company for dead people. In a way. Like we just take all their stuff and throw it in the garbage, or
Did
like
you
we take
find
it to
like
the dump.
nice stuff? Like I feel like you can find like hidden gems in there, man.
Yo, that water, the water boiler I was showing you to make my tea, I took that from someone's house, dude.
Dude, yo, there might be a spirit left in there. You have to be
You know,
careful.
bro.
Like that
A
voodoo,
genie.
My boss, he takes so many things to sell it, dude. It's
that's
allowed,
you can
you
start
know.
a full market, man.
Bro, that's what they do. That's
Like
their job. That's what they sell so many things, so many TVs and stuff.
No.
Mhm.
it's actually pretty.
Like
I didn't even think about that job. Like someone has to do that. Like wow.
that shit had me crazy. Like when he told me come do this, I was like, wait.
Where did you find this even? Like on
So
Craigslist?
no, I was working in food truck. I met him. I met him, right? And he was working with us. And then he was like, I got. If you ever, I was like, yo, if you ever need someone to work for you, just call me. Gave him my number. He
Yeah.
hooked me up with that office job. When I finished that one, he was like, yo, come work for me in this van thing, man. Bro, they once found like 5,000 in cash in a crib. Obviously they can't keep it then, you know, but they found 5,000 in cash in €5 bills, dude. And two
Maya's like, I'm trying to keep that.
2,000 cash in coins, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
like it's a pretty fun job, not gonna lie.
That's how you can only meet Dutch people, man. Like,
Yeah.
working and stuff. But it was cool.
Yeah. That sounds fun, man.
Yeah. Have you had any like odd jobs and stuff in Norway?
Um, I had one job, my first job. It was not nice. I
What
worked
was it?
I worked at an old people home. And I mean it's like a very important job, I'm not gonna lie, but it was rough. Like, cause you know you have to like wash, you have to do a lot of things. And
When you say wash, you mean wash the people?
yeah, what do you mean? Like
Damn.
body wash, man. And
Okay.
I didn't even clock that. Okay, so
Damn, bro.
on to another thing, switching the vibe up a little bit.
yeah,
So you obviously, you joined them, you known us for a long time, but you joined Nomadic a little later.
yo.
Um, but yeah, how's it been so far? Like, how did you feel coming into it? Like when you first came, did it seem like, all right, this is dope from the get, or did it get better as the time went on?
I mean when you guys first started, I was super excited. I feel like no one like has thought about doing this, you know what I mean? Like it was such like it was like an obvious idea, but just no one really thought about it, you know? It was just like so good. And I I don't know how to explain it. I was like when I first came in, I was like really excited, you know.
Mm.
Oh wait, well, I'm like tripping right now. Why am I?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's all good.
I feel what you mean though about like because even that was multiple people had said that about it, like seeming like such an obvious thing, but like why has it not been done?
Why have been done? So it's like perfect. And then even like during quarantine, like what it was like the best time to start it in a way as well. Like when you have nothing to do, it's like, but that's when you come up with like the best shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I think like in terms of improvement, like we have, I think, improved so much since it first started. And even how you guys said like you had this one vision in the beginning, but like how now it's just like turned into
Going the other way.
more like it's so like organic. It kind of just like moves like roots. You know what I mean? It's like starts here and then it just like it expands into all the corners of the world. You know what I mean? Like,
this is the metaphor we use from the beginning in those early calls about planting the seed and watching it grow.
It's just like
this is the you guys, thank you. You guys gave me a great idea that I'm gonna use. Like, I need to text someone about it right now because we're working on the logo, right? And I've always thought, what do we do to represent nomadic like visually? So we might be on
Tree, right?
We might be on to something. Yeah.
Some roots, right?
But yo, explain the metaphor, man. Explain the metaphor.
No, but that's the metaphor. Like the whole growth is like
it's tree. Organic. It's natural. You can't control it.
It's like Mother Earth, you know, and then shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for definitely. I think that's the beauty of nomadic and what it was first intended to be versus what it is now. And I think even nowadays when we call, like, there's always new ideas, always new things coming up, and like after every decision you realize like, oh damn, this might just take it into a whole new direction. This might open up this many doors, So every time it just keeps going into a different way as we share our ideas and everything.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about being like, how many are we now? Like 8, 7?
Yeah, that's also what was great about adding you guys, man. It really changed up. It changed up a lot. Like, it changed up a lot.
Yeah, and as well as like Jody's PR stuff, like that is great. Like, it really helped the page, man, so much.
Yeah.
For those listening, you can literally go to our IG page and you can very easily see a cut from where the new members came and how the page looks different, like visually, aesthetically. So yeah, shouts out to you guys, man.
No, it's been good, man. And it's like, even now still, we're still like finding our way, It's not like anything is like, this is the end. Like, we're just moving with the time in a way.
Do you feel that nomadic has, like, because obviously, you said you're enjoying it a lot in terms of, putting your stuff out there and working on this project like constantly, but do you feel like personally for yourself, has it changed anything in your life, like on a personal level? Like, do you feel any sort of development or something? I don't know.
I think confidence, like just being able to put things out, like just like my little photography page, Maya JPEG, shout out.
We'll put it here. The link in the description as well.
But just like putting that stuff out, like it just gives you some confidence to be confident in your work, and showing it to people, and like even just like understanding that you might think it's such a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's just to do it. It's like, it's really just that. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
We're once again calling for the Nike sponsorship. What's up, dude? Hit us up, Nike. Where you at?
Definitely confidence, man. And just like also seeing how easy it is to connect with people, That's what, like, so easy. We've connected with so many different people through this platform, like everywhere. And like people you didn't even think you were going to talk to ever again. It's like all of a sudden, like, they're popping up, and like it's nice. Yeah. But yeah.
No, I feel that I think confidence is a big one for all of us, especially like in our creative journeys, being confident.
And like the rapping, right?
Yeah, everything, man. Just it's Nomad, like the whole collective and everyone's like our connections and our, like, I mean, the connections between us, and the confidence we also give each other and how we try to push each other to like go as far, like as hard as we can,
Exactly.
Like, I think that's a really beautiful thing.
It's honestly such a beautiful platform, man. It's like a little family, like we've always been saying. Like, it's family at the end of the day.
First and foremost, it is family. Before organization, it is family.
Yeah. And that's something we have to stick to, like, forever. Like we can't lose that essence,
But we were saying with Jody, like, we had this conversation as well. We were just saying, like, because it's such like an important part of our lives, just even creating and like having these connections between us, like, because that's so important, like it's so hard for it to ever vanish, because at the end of the day we are nomadic. At the end of the day, it
is the life that we live,
it's
not just like a platform, it's our life.
Jimmy, you know how I know that we're brothers? That question you asked, I was gonna ask the identical question. Maya, and it's not written down, man. I was gonna ask the exact same thing.
Yeah, but this is also something we discuss with like all the nomads because it's also it's interesting to see there's like a through line in
Mhm.
terms of like what it's done for everyone. It's kind of done similar things in different ways for
Yeah.
everyone.
And yeah, like, and the way that this idea was like implanted. Like me and Jimmy talked about this like damn near a year and a half ago now. you
Mm.
know um and I feel like even just working on this and just being part of nomadic, whatever it really is, still, I'm not even sure sometimes. Like if people ask me like, what are you guys, I don't really know how to explain it, but we just are.
It's like the question, where are you from? You know what I mean?
Oh
It's
my, yo,
same. Like,
Damn, that's crazy, man. That's
exactly.
I'm out. I'm out.
That's nomadic. That's like, you can't explain it.
damn, Maya, you cracked something. You
That's
cracked
crazy.
something.
You cracked. Oh man, yeah, you're really onto something here. Like,
Shit.
because it's yeah, like all of us have experienced that, and I know even people listening to this right now, I know for a fact that y'all have, someone has asked you where you from, and like you just say the place, but like the place your parents are from, or like and
Yeah.
it doesn't even really resonate with, like, that's not where you grew up, that's
No.
who you are, like
Or you also
it
say
doesn't
something
it
different.
doesn't say anything about you
Yeah.
sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like, yeah, perfectly represents like
How
how I feel
complex it is.
when people ask me like what is nomadic, and I'm just like, it's a creative collective. We just, what
That's
does that
the
mean,
simple answer. That's like the go-to. But
yeah, because I don't know what to say when it's so much more than that, like,
yeah, shit.
yeah. Well, thanks, yeah, thanks for coming up with that, like, that's such a good
I didn't actually even think like
description,
that's.
man. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a piece about that, dude.
We have to develop on that later on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What I was gonna say about this whole metaphor of like planting a seed, I feel like it's that's nomadic itself, but even being a part of this has done that within each of us in a way, you know what I mean? So that we're also all growing in our own way in
Mm,
how we could have never expected it to grow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even when you're talking about confidence, like I go through life now much more confident than I may have, you know,
Mhm.
uh before we did all this, because it's like I'm making something here, you know. I don't know what it is, but it's like I own this. You know what I mean? And each of us owns this. Like this is ours and no one else's, and we can make it however, we want. And just knowing that when someone asks me like, "What do you do?" and it's like, "Yeah, I study." But like I like to tell them about this and be like, "Man, this is a crazy project that we're working on." That like, and I think that's so important for everyone to know, like, bro, you gotta, it's this whole discussion of like, building your own table, man. Like you have to build your own thing to be your own person, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even if you have a job, even if you're studying, like you need something that's yours, you know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
need something that's yours and that you're passionate about. It's gonna give you so much more than you put into it, you know what I mean? It's just like a seed, man. It's a little thing, but you can reap so much, you know what I mean? As long as you just keep nurturing it, like,
Keep watering it.
bro, trees are all the plants are everything, dude. There's the represent everything at this point, dude.
Yeah, even I see Jimmy has a little plant in the background
I
there.
got Plant and I got Bob Marley right next to it.
Really?
Come on now.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got some posters up here, man. It's hella empty on my wall.
Nomadic posters, guys. Some nomadic posters in the works.
Yo, that would be kind of cool.
Hit us up if you got design ideas. Feel free to contact us on Instagram or Facebook or
Facebook, SoundCloud,
SoundCloud.
YouTube.
Text people on Spotify, unfortunately. Or just drop, matter of fact, drop in the comments. Poster ideas, put it in the comments, please hit us up. That'll be awesome. Yeah. Wow, that was very insightful. This "where are you from" question, man. Like I hate.
I think that's perfect.
Sometimes I also be answering different depending on who asks, just because I sometimes just don't want to get
Yeah,
into it. You know,
yeah,
sometimes if a Dutch person asks me, I'm just be like, yeah, I'm Dutch.
Yeah,
Like
it's like don't bother. It's like,
I'll be like Burkina Faso. I don't have to be like, oh, this is in West Africa and my dad. I'm like, nah.
They don't know
It's
where
not.
it's at, bro.
It's not worth it. And then, you know what I also what bothers me is like when I be like Burkina Faso, and then they'll be like, okay. I'm like, I know you don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Ask me where. You could just see they're capping. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
okay to not know, man. It's
And then,
okay.
dude, but Jimmy as well, it makes me laugh so much, but at the same time, it's frustrating, because people like people, I'll tell them, like also we look a certain way, you know what I mean? So basically, we look the type of way that we could be half from any African country. You get me?
Or for a Dutch person, I could be that
Yeah,
we're full.
exactly. Yeah, even. So, bro, there's a decent amount of people. Like, I'll tell them, yeah, I lived in Mali. I'm from Burkina Faso, and I lived in Tanzania as well. Motherfuckers just, sorry for cussing. My apologies. Um, people just, as- people just assume, like, people just tell you, like, oh, you're from Mali, right? Like later on in the conversation, oh, so you be talking about, yeah, I'm going home for Christmas. You're going back to Mali. Yeah.
But
Or
to be
my
fair,
friends live in Zambia. They're like, oh, Zambian, right? Yeah. I'm just like, all right. I mean, I totally get you, and it's understandable, but it's like so often you gotta reiterate, like, all right, nah, bro, this is actually where I'm from. This is actually where I'm going.
but
Like,
but to be fair, like I don't I hear that for sure. But I mean, if you're raised and born in like one place,
you
then
don't
someone comes tell
fit.
you, yeah, I'm half this, half that, lived here 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. Now my parents live somewhere else. It's like, my G, you're gonna need like even my roommates like still sometimes they get confused because like you know what I mean and like
no, it's fair. I
it's
mean, it's
fair.
fair, but
Like it's
it's
hard
fair,
to
but it gets
understand.
frustrating, man.
I mean, of course, yeah. It is, yeah, it's complex. But yeah, going back to you joining Nomadic, how like it's done a lot for you. It's giving you a lot of confidence, like you said. How where did your creative journey commence? Like where did that? Because I know you used to doodle a lot back in back in high school.
No, let me tell you, one time on like a math test, bro, I finished like hella early and I made like a big ass drawing on the back. And then the teacher, I forgot who it was, I think it was like Mr. Losky or something. No, yes, science. He was like, you're not supposed to doodle on your papers. No, 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 it's a test. I was like, what the hell? He was so mean, dude. Probably like made me like give me a bad grade because of that.
And that doesn't make sense because for the listeners, I also had Mr. Losky in high school. He was a science teacher, and
Oh, whoa, what
this,
if you do this? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
What?
this dude was like, he was like always making music, like making songs and stuff, encouraging students to be creative. So I don't understand how he would have told you.
Yeah, that's the
He
thing.
was
But
having
I
a
don't,
bad
I don't
day.
think you like me. Anyways, let's
Mr.
forget about
Losky, shout out Mr. Losky, you know what I'm saying?
stop talking about
Always
this.
having fun in class.
Leave it alone. Okay. No. What was I gonna say? I mean, I think it's always kind of been in me. Like my mom, she's an artist, right? She does multimedia, like paintings with acrylics and all that. So like since a young age, like we've had art and creativity like in our household.
Mm-hmm.
And like my family, like even as I said once on one of the Q&As on the Insta, like we always like my parents love to take photos. Like we have so many like, photo, what are they called? Photo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Huh?
straight. Photo books.
Photo books.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, albums, photo albums. What do you mean photo books, bro?
I mean, both work, but
Yeah,
continue.
I have a lot of them. And even like music, like we just have like so diverse tastes like in our house. And I think just growing up with that, like you naturally become creative. Like it would be
True.
weird if I was like a scientist or like that's a bad thing, but like I don't know. I just feel like with everything, like even clothes, I feel like through like that kind of raised, like growing up like that, like you become very creative, like always want to express yourself through these creative outlets. So like I started taking a lot of photographs, like already at like a young age, with like I had an iPod Touch. I think you even it, bro. Like before I got my camera, my parents were like, okay, you have to prove to us that you can take photos. So they were like, take photos with your iPod Touch. And the quality was so disgusting, bro. And I would like take like my Smurfs, I had these tiny Smurfs, and like place them in the garden and have like photo shoots.
Do you still have these photos?
No,
Can we?
on like
Oh, they're getting dropped right here, guys.
Oh my goodness.
so I like horses, bro. Like these little figures are so disgusting. But I had to prove it, man. I had to prove that I was worthy. So
Hey, and I mean, one day when you're a really successful photographer, you're gonna look back, you're gonna be glad that your parents made you take those Smurf pictures.
I swear to God, man, so funny. But then I got my camera, and then I think that was the beginning. Always taking photos, like bringing it on like trips and stuff like that. And yeah, and I think also like through clothes and stuff. I think it's so important. Like I really express myself through clothes, and like I love clothes, and I don't know. I think I've always been pretty creative when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, and I love music. I just love everything.
Yeah, no, because
I think photography is like such an underrated art form. I don't know, like I feel like I don't know, maybe this is just me. Like let me know if it's only Marty, but like I don't know, if I just see pictures I'm like, alright, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm like that, that's pretty cool, And I don't even think it's that hard.
I think that's because of like social media, man. Literally right now you can just pick up your phone, you can take a photo. It's like it's not hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is, because like people just assume that every photo is like that's a photo, but it's like there's a lot of photos where you really have to like look at them, and then you understand like good photographs.
yeah,
And
so I really appreciate it.
Like,
but it's also because now people, you have like iPhone 11 or whatever with like pretty crazy cameras, and so you could take a picture of like pretty much whatever and it'll look good just because the quality is really good,
Yeah.
But from an artistic standpoint, it's actually it's not. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can take dope photos too with like it's just so
No, like what I noticed like personally about photography is like the eye. So like I noticed it very much. Like a good friend of mine, Antonio, he might be on here one day. He's a photographer as well, and like we go on walks once in a while, and like I have a nice camera on my phone, so like I'll take a picture of something cool that we see, right? And he'll be like, "Yo, hold up," and he'll stand in some other place and some other angle, and like he's taking the photo of the same exact thing, but without like he doesn't say anything or whatever, but he just takes it in a way that every time it's nicer than mine.
Right.
We take photos of the same thing, and he's just like, "Oh, okay." So you have to know how you can make things look in pictures, and I don't know. That's what to me is impressive, Like I'll take a picture like, "Oh, that's cool," click, easy.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, all right, just change some settings, nini.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, man.
For sure, man. I feel like my dad really has that, because like sometimes I'd be taking photos and he'd be like, "Yeah, but Maya, if you take it like this, it would have been even better." And it's like, "You're right, shit."
Yeah, but that's cool that you have your parents to like, I don't know, serve as like a way to guide you and like inspire you, man. Because that's
they're always there, almost too much. No.
Much love.
Much love my parents. Shout out.
So speaking of which, your mom does acrylics and everything, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we should invite her for Who Dis Wednesday, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, like I mean, lately she hasn't been painting a lot, but she has like a lot of old stuff she can still talk.
Yeah, maybe she can just show us some stuff that she made, and it could be cool, man.
Yeah.
It could be cool. I'll mention it to her. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you have any like, other than your parents, do you have any other people that inspire you to like take photos and stuff?
My friends. No.
Oh.
No, I mean, I just get inspiration from like, I feel like also online a lot, just like seeing people like photographers on Instagram and stuff like that. I think that inspires me to take photos. And
any photographers in particular?
Any specific one?
Whoa. Well, I don't know. I feel like one photographer, I want to take more photographs of people, right? And then a photographer that really like inspired me, Gunner Stahl. He's like this photographer for like a lot of hip hop artists, and like
link him below.
He's really big, man. Like he's taking. Wait, I have a book of him. Wait. He's taken so many photos. Okay, this is his like book. It's called Portraits, and he's taken so many dope photos of like. Wait, let me show you guys.
But we can't see that.
You don't see it. Wait.
So, Lewis, just put a couple pictures from Gunner Stahl in here. Maya will send you the specific ones, bro.
This book.
Gunner. His name is Gunner.
Portraits of people, and like the way he does it, because it's like he was like no one, right? But somehow he got into the culture by like talking to people, and it's like he's from like New York, I think. And he said like one thing he said, he's like he speaks to the people he takes photographs of before he actually takes photographs with them to make sure that they're relaxed and comfortable. So it's not like these like super like, you know, like yeah, portraits, but it's like relaxed. It's like in their own like emotion and in their own zone kind of. So you can really like see the character of the person in the photograph, you know, like photography. And that's what I like about him. So like he like inspires me to like want to take photos of people more. So he's one photographer that's really cool.
Dope. Have you been starting to do that more? Because I know you sent through some photos of Emil.
Yeah, I tried
those were cool.
Like for the meal, yeah. So like he's been like my little muse, man. But he's so great with like facial expressions. He just has like so many different ones. So like I try to like capture those. So yeah, I showed you, Jimmy, like those, the haircut series.
Yeah, exactly. That was cool.
So we like to do this little thing called the quote of the week at the end of every episode. And Maya, do you think like off the top of your head, is there any quote that you know that resonates with you like that? Don't worry, I always got the backup. You know, I'm ready for it.
Let me think.
You know? Is there any quote, you know, that you can think of right now that's like, you know, I really like this. This means something to me. Or, you know.
If it don't touch my spirit, I don't get near it.
Okay.
Okay, mic drop. But if it don't touch my spirit, I don't get near it.
Yes.
I like that.
It's like follow your gut kind of thing, right?
Exactly. Like stay true to yourself, man. If you know it's right for you, don't do it.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Totally. I feel like I've made decisions and not trust my gut and then stuck with it, and then you're stuck with it.
And then you realize later, like, you should have listened to yourself, you know? You're like, you get so annoyed with yourself, like not even the situation, but yourself, you know?
There's too many times exactly where like, you know very well what you should be doing deep down, but then there's your voice trying to rationalize like, nah, exactly. Or emotions get in the way.
And bro, people's voices, like people.
Oh man.
And I'm just like, no.
You just gotta know yourself, know your worth, and that will just keep you going through everything, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Great. Know yourself, know your worth. Great. Thank you.
Oh, right. Akinyi, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. It was very fun. It was nice talking to you. We learned something important about where you're from.
Indeed.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Please, if you like the podcast, only if you liked it, and only if maybe you laughed, click the like button. We'd really appreciate it. You know, leave a comment. You know, what other topics should we bring up with the other nomadic members in the conversation? Don't forget to comment your poster ideas down below as well. And if you really liked it, please subscribe and hit the notification button. That way, every 2 weeks when we drop a new episode, you're gonna be informed, and you know you won't miss anything. All right, so peace out, everybody. That was episode 4. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Much love, y'all. Thanks, Maya.
Deuces.